In this art lab, I'm going to show you how to make a holiday card with a snowman from a bird's eye perspective. In art, sometimes we draw things straight from the front, but to make it more interesting, you can look at it from different angles, and a bird's eye perspective is one of those. And birds are high up, so if a bird is looking down at something, then that is a bird's eye view. So basically it's when you draw or make something that looks like you're looking at it from the top or very high up. So if you look at a snowman from the top, first you're probably going to see a white circle for the top of the snowman's head. So first you're going to take a white piece of paper and then draw a circle. Mine is about the width of a Sharpie marker cap. So once you have your circle drawn, you're going to take the scissors, carefully cut it out. So we have the top of its head, and then you're going to put that same piece of paper back on your paper, and then make a circle that's a little bit bigger. So I know that's kind of hard to see because this is white, but you're going to make bigger circle around it. And then cut this one out again. You want to make sure that your circles are getting bigger and bigger so that you can see the body of the snowman even when you put the head on top. And then you're going to do the same. You're going to put that on your white paper again. Make another circle that's a little bit bigger. And cut that one out too. So now we have 3 circles, different sizes, and then we're going to add a little bit of color so that it's a little bit more interesting. So you can use crayons or oil pastels for this, or something else if you prefer that. I'm going to use oil pastels. And you can pick whatever kind of color you want, but I would recommend using a cool color. Cool colors are colors like blue, green, purple, or you can use some neutral colors like gray or a little bit of gold. So we're going to take that color, I think I'll do blue, and then set it on a scrap piece of paper. I'm just going to use the leftovers. And then check to see which side has the pencil marks. Flip it over so that you don't see the pencil marks. And then you're going to color the edges of your circle shapes. And then you're going to take your finger, smudge. If you're doing crayons, it's probably not going to smudge as much, but that's okay. So we have one here. Do the same for the other ones. Check to make sure which way is the pencil. Flip it over to the other side. Color the edge. And then smudge with your finger. You can also smudge with a paper towel if you want to. Then the second one, and the biggest one. Check to see which way's the pencil, flip it over, color in the edges. Okay, there we go. And now if you look at the scrap piece of paper, it kind of has a cool pattern on it too. So you might want to even save this and try and turn this into another project later. Now once you have your 3 circle shapes, you're going to get a background paper. I would recommend having a frame paper and then a background paper. I'm using the brown as the frame and blue for the background, but you can use whatever color you want. I'm using a square piece of paper as well, but if you want to use something rectangle or even a square or something else, that's okay too. So we want to make sure that we put the frame paper on the table first, and then we're going to put our color background next. But if it's the same size, you're not going to be able to see the frame. So if that happens, just chop off the edge of your color background paper so that it's smaller than your frame paper, like that. So let's glue down our background paper to our frame paper. You can use whatever kind of glue you want. So if you're using bottle glue, make sure open, close. Mine's dripping a little bit. And shake it up. And then do dot, dot, not a lot, or a very thin snail trail. Make sure you close it. Try and put it on the center. Press it down very gentle. And there we go. Now you're going to put your biggest circle where you would like to put the body of your snowman. So if you're using stick glue, you can keep using bottle glue if you want, or if you're using stick glue, make sure you get it very close to the edge so that it's not floppy. Nice thick layer of stick glue all the way around. Then you can put it right in the middle if you want, or you can off-center it. I think I'll off-center it because I want to put a message on there. Okay, and now we're going to put the second part of the body on there as well. And this time you want to make sure it's centered because we're trying to look at that snowman from the top. And then we're going to put the head on. But I think I want to make a scarf for our snowman. So you can find another color paper, construction paper if you want to, or you can recycle some old magazines or catalogs. I think I'm going to try that out. That yellow part, so you can set it on there, just like we did with the white paper. Make a circle that's a little bit bigger. Cut it out. And then if we glued that on there, the snowman's gonna have a scarf. And of course you want to have the little bits of the scarf coming out. So we will cut some wavy pieces out. One. There's two. So you could also add some patterns on here with oil pastels if you want to. I think I'm just gonna use those words as my design. So then you're going to kind of arrange it into a scarf shape and then glue the head on there. Okay, so we have the body and the head and the scarf of the snowman. So now, of course, we have to make arms and a face. So for the arms, you can use brown pieces of paper, or again, you can find some brown pieces in catalogs or advertisements and whatnot. So I think I'm going to use this part. So I have some different brown parts. And then the arms usually come out of the second part. So I'm gonna put it coming out of the second circle. Have some fingers. And then finally, the face. So you can draw the face on if you want, or you can continue with our collage. I think I'm going to find some black paper for the eyes. Cutting a little piece out of my magazine and cutting out 2 small circles. 1. 2. And and we're going to glue it towards one side of the snowman, not right in the middle, because remember we're doing bird's eye view and we're kind of imagining that we're looking at it from the top. So if we were to look at this from the actual front, we'll want to see the eyes close to the edge right there. Then last but not least, let's do the nose. I'm trying to look for an orange. Oh, there's a good orange right here. And I will stick it on right there, and that's gonna be its carrot nose. And there we go. Now we have a collage bird's eye perspective snowman. So in the empty spaces, if you have a lot like me, you can do some holiday messages. I'm going to show you how to do a holiday message in Mandarin Chinese that I learned from another teacher. Or you could do an English message. It is totally up to you. So I think I'm going to take my orange and I'm going to start with my English message. Bubble letters. So I did Happy Holidays in English, and I'm going to switch to a more reddish color. And in Mandarin Chinese, Happy Holidays. And if you have extra space, of course you can do some extra decorations if you want, like snowflakes, little tiny stars. And there we go. Here is my bird's eye perspective snowman greeting card. And this project was inspired by a blog called Art with Mrs. Nguyen. And I will leave a link in the description.